chill of night at the scene of a crime. Like a streak of light, he arrives just in time.
So this is Captain Sam G, and I figured I'd wait for the beginning of a playthrough because it would increase the chances of people watching it, to thank Halo Marshall, or Hayden Marshall, for the shout out he gave me in one of his videos. And I'd also like to remind all of you that I'm going through the superhero series at the moment, playing super heroic type games. So if you want to see me play a certain superhero game, then let me know, I'll look into it and I might play it. And as always, I'll be playing this game because it has difficulty select. I'll be playing most of it on easy and then switching to hard for all of the supervillain boss battles, so it will really up the difficulty and make it worthy of a super heroic showdown. And also, because in this game, oh geez, there are a lot of enemies, a lot of minor small fry enemies that I'm going to have to face, so playing it on easy rather than normal, as I had to do the first time playing this in order to unlock hard in the first place, it's going to cut down the playtime of it a hell of a lot. Jeez, after playing through this on normal, my thumb was just aching from all the button mashing I had to do to fight all those guys. Anyway, let's get to it. Okay.
This isn't you.
No choice.
Starting off right in the action.
Anymore. Don't you get it? You're not in your right mind.
Ooh, jeez. So yeah, this is Eddie Brock now known as AntiVenom. After the events of the last game where we encountered him, I guess he's turned to good, but something's happened, and he's back to trying to fight us. Okay, so we've got crazy hypersensors. Now I need to stay away from him whilst also trying to engage him and fight him. Oh. Oop, I'm a bit dizzy. Because, you see, AntiVenom... Oh, hell, straight into another one. The reason why he's called AntiVenom is because he now focuses on trying to cure people, and as Spider-Man's powers are radiation-based, he can take away my power. Well, as the fight continues, I'm getting more dizzy and slower and all sorts.
Let me drain the radiation.
I'm not boarding this train, Eddie. You're not the engineer driving it right now.
Hang on, Parker. Just hold him off another few seconds. I'm almost there.
Oh, my powers. You can't.
Of course I can. Don't drag this out. Coming at you. Biggest
Oh jeez, I'm all dizzy. I can barely move.
You had no reason.
I didn't need a reason other than to make it easier to kill you.
O'Hara, it looks like you called it.
Let's finish this now.
Parker! Parker, are you there? Peter! Peter!
future. So that was a little flash forwards as to what's going to happen.
I keep trying to tell myself that I'm just jealous of Walker Sloane's progress. It was only 5 years ago that he first showed up at Alchemax talking about harnessing energy from the fourth dimension. Now he won't stop until he's running the place. I know his type. He's thinking beyond Alchemax, aiming towards who knows what. He's the exact type of corporate monster I've sworn to rein in. Especially if he's mucking with time travel. The year 2099 might not be much, but it's all mine. And he's not gonna change it. He's been siphoning Alchemax resources into converting the gateway and the old virtual unreality lab into something else. Something dangerous. I've tried talking to him, but he's got no time for Miguel O'Hara. But people make time for Spider-Man. Just use the convenient access to the ventilation system to get inside, and then Walker and I can have a little chat.
Okay, so here we go.
Whatever Sloane's up to, I've got to shut it down before he gets in over his head and drags everyone and everything down with him.
Crawling through the vents. This is a rather long part, so I knew I'd be talking quite a bit in here. Let me just explain something about the voice acting, because I don't really like it. I mean, it's okay, but you see, they've changed things around a little bit from Shattered Dimensions, which I think was a mistake. The guy who played Spider-Man and his amazing friends, he was Spider-Man 2099 in the last game, and I think it really suited him. I wish they'd continued it and used the same voice actor
they've
for...
been keeping busy in the cybernetics division. Well, it's a lot of shocking robots down there.
And remember, shock is fuck in this universe. Yeah, I wish they'd kept the same voice actor for Spidey 2099. It really suited him. You know, this cocky, funny guy. But the voice also sounded completely different to...
Miguel O'Hara, Alchemax geneticist. I could have walked right in. But at night, the security protocols kick in.
But his voice also sounds really different to what I consider to be the real Spider-Man's voice. Yeah. I think they went backwards at that. Should have kept the same guy as last time. That's a big robot.
Lab. Without that department, I wouldn't be the man I am today.
And the guy playing Spidey 2099 is like the default voice I always go to for normal Spider-Man, because this is the guy from the animated series. Yeah, I wish I could swap things around a little bit voice-wise.
Sloane's gotta be around here somewhere. I just know it.
Yeah, I think I'm coming up to actual gameplay very, very soon. Rather than just vent simulator.
The largest tech developer in the world could afford to carpet their air ducts for extra comfort.
And again, all these big companies, evil corporations, evil supervillains, they need to learn to not have such enormous vents that I can just easily crawl or walk through them. It's always the downfall. Okay, am I there yet? Yes, I am. Okay, gameplay starts now.
There you are.
Holographic assistant online. How may I serve you, Mr. Sloan?
Hello, Joseph. Run a final check and initiate security bioscans.
Preparing systems, Mr. Sloan. This won't take long.
Bioscan sequence initiated.
So I do not want to be scanned, so I just need to move out the way of that.
Access to Time Research Lab granted, Mr. Sloan.
Slow down, Miguel. Take your time. Don't want to get caught here.
Especially because most of the exposition for this game is at the beginning and end.
Next should be thanking me. Stark Fujikawa Industries is going to take over this entire corporation, unless someone steps up to prevent it.
You're the only one who thinks outside the box enough to do it, sir.
Yes, Joseph, I know.
I knew he was up to something.
There are other parts of story intersected throughout the game, but most of it beginning and end with a huge chunk of fighting in between.
I'm almost embarrassed it took me so long to come up with it. I simply go back in time and launch Alchemex years before it was originally founded. Not only can I remake Alchemex in my image,
But you can dismantle Stark Fujikawa before it gets started. You're a genius, sir.
I programmed you well, Joseph.
Programming his hologram to give him compliments.
You don't get away from me that easily.
I mean, that's what I do.
Of course, the CEO will want me to have that degree of power. He's all about power, but he won't have anything to say about it by the time I'm done.
The shadowy CEO who controls it all. He's trying to go behind his back.
Security scan sequence initiated.
Close one.
Access granted, Mr. Sloan.
Yep, he's heading for his time research lab, all right. There's an access point near the generator.
Okay, so pretty straightforward. We break in and stop him from going through his nefarious plans immediately. Okay, if this was my first time playing this, oh boy, a lot of time would be wasted picking up these things. But it's not. I'm almost fully upgraded, so I'm not going to bother picking up anything. Okay. So I don't have to waste time doing a collectathon. I can just focus on pure gameplay.
Gateway activation succeed. Timer out already in 60 seconds.
Uh-oh.
No way.
Okay, just giving me a nice flyby. See where I need to go. Web zipping plays a big part in this game.
This thing's almost fully charged and I don't have a clue how to shut it down. The only chance is to get to the lab before it's too late.
Don't worry, Spider, we'll stop him, I'm sure of it. Just need to stop him from going through with his plan, and we won't have to play any of the game. We'll just stop him immediately. I'm sure that's what's going to happen. We're going to stop him straight away, and we won't have to mess around with time travel.
He could actually pull this off. Going almost at Walker's lab.
Get back here!
Oh dear. Seems like we failed. Who would have guessed?
No!
Oh great, dystopian future. Of course. Why have the bad guys always got to be so bad? So everything is now Alchemex. And I guess Sloan is at the top.
It's changed. Everything's changed. What? It didn't start here. It started back then. Back around Peter Parker's time. And he can't fix it. Because he's gonna be dead.
It's an abomination is what it is. Am I the only newspaper man in the city that realizes what a menace that webhead is?
Oh, Jonah, indoor voice, okay? I'm trying to get Mary Jane on the phone.
People lionizing that freak. Next thing you know, there'll be a musical about him with a chorus line of dancing Spider-Man.
I'd pay to see that. Oh, Mary Jane, hi. Go see a show. MJ, I would love to, but I'm working with Dr. Octavius in the genetics lab on a DNA project. I had to download a sample of my own DNA into the permanent Alchemax genetic files. I'm still waiting for some test results.
Permanent files, huh? Great, so 100 years from now we can clone you.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, how about I come there and we grab a late dinner afterward, okay, Tiger?
Sure, it's okay. Anything for you, babe. And I love when you call me Tiger. It's like a blast from the past.
He did it. That lunatic actually did it. And I saw it all.
Intruder in Time Research Lab. Maximum force can be used.
Luckily, this spider has his own special tricks. But rather than based on insane speed and agility, his is based more on technology.
Now, great. Robot sentries. Not sure I can take them right now. Maybe I can draw them off. Move fast enough to distract
Oh, I
them
think
with
I
some
know how.
decoys.
And see you later. Oh, more? Who's shooting at me in here? Is it you guys? It's not very friendly of you. And so, normal, amazing Spider-Man. He seems to be a little bit different than in other games. He seems to be a little bit more inexperienced. Not quite as enthusiastic about great power, great responsibility. I like to think of it as, seeing as all of time has been changed, so is his personality. So if he just seems a little bit out of character, that's why, obviously. Because as you just heard, he said he's working with Dr. Octopus. Well, he's not Dr. Octopus now, he's just normal Dr. Otto Octavius. So yeah, everything's changed.
I'm starting to impress myself.
And wait until you see Otto Octavius, actually. He looks really, really damn nice. He looks a lot more like a scientist rather than a supervillain, which makes sense.
Peter Parker.
Who's that? Who's talking?
Miguel O'Hara, the Spider-Man from 2099.
Are the other me's in my head too?
No, it's just me and you, old-timer. I threw together a chronal link program using a sample of your DNA. It's allowing me to communicate with you at the point in time it was taken. I just wish it was from earlier on. We have almost no time.
Time until what?
Until you're killed.
Until I'm what now? Because it kind of sounded like you said kill.
Listen, a lunatic named Walker Sloan from 2099 created a time gateway. It was a one-way trip that dumped him sometime in the 1970s. He then used his advanced knowledge to build Alchemax, years before it was supposed to be established, transforming your world and mine.
But I work for Alchemax. You're saying that's somehow wrong?
Completely. At this point in time, you earn a living taking news pictures for J. Jonah Jameson.
The late-night ranting TV news guy? Forget it.
You can't forget it.
Where does this so-called death happen?
Sloan's building another gateway on the 66th floor, so he can finally travel back and forth. I saw you being killed, right there.
By who?
I couldn't make it out. It doesn't matter. Get out of the building.
So a crazed killer can wander around the building without me to stop him? No way. Besides, if I find this guy somewhere else, then I'm invincible, because I can only die at the gateway, right?
It's not an exact science, Parker.
Meaning what?